Dear students, till last class which we saw list functionality in Python programming, introduction we saw, and we saw the different types of list, the way how we use an empty list, long list, nested list, and then which we saw operations like concatenation, repetition or replication, and membership test, that is what membership operators, the way how we can make use with a list variable in and not in, and we saw indexing, the way how we can make use the index to access the data items from the list variable, and which we saw same manner slicing, the way how we can make use of slice to extract some set of data items from existing list variable, specific data items from two, the way how we can access with the help of index, that is what slicing, which helps us to extract the data items from list variable. Now we are proceeding another concept in list Python programming, that is built-in functions related to list concept. So generally Python is having large set of built-in functions, and same way list concept also which have the some of the built-in functions which you can make use to perform operations on list variable. Whatever variables which we define for list concept, yes, we are able to make use some of the built-in functions that we are going to see now how we can make use. So Python offers several built-in functions to perform various operations on list. So major functions like the data type list has several built-in methods that are useful in programming. So list methods are and built-in functions. Method or function. The data type list has several built-in methods that are useful in programming. So examples like append, insert, extend, index, remove, sort, reverse. Like this, there are different built-in functions which you can make use to work with list concept. Now we'll see some of the major functionalities, basic things which we work on list concept. So now each one will be going through the one by one the way how we can make use. We'll see here method name, that is what function name, then description of that function, what does it mean, that function, functionality, how it works, and example for using that particular built-in function, how you can make use. Okay, so these are the three things which you can observe each and every function, built-in function related to list concept in Python programming. So first one, we are moving with length function, that is what which we use len, method name or function name, built-in function name in Python programming related to list concept, which you can make use len, which means to calculate the length of a list variable. So description of this particular len function, which you can see, returns the length of the list passed as the argument. Whatever data which you pass for this particular function, which will calculate length of that particular list variable, returns the length of the list passed as the argument. Let's take an example, list1 variable equal to integer values which we specified. We know that list data items always enclosed with square brackets. Those data items inside the square brackets are separated by a comma. Okay, so now we can see here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, index number 0 to 4, and length of this particular list variable. Okay, so how many elements are there within this particular list variable? Total number of elements which are available in this particular list element. For that, we will be using the function called len to calculate the size of that list variable. So how we can make use? We defined a list variable and we initialized with data items. Now to calculate that len of the variable which we defined, the variable which we defined, that is list1, when you pass it as an argument, that is what list passed as the argument. This length function we passed here, list1 is the variable which we defined. Okay, so now you will get, once you execute this statement, complete statement, once you execute, then you will get the output as 5. So that list variable which contains, there are 5 elements. There are 5 elements, and those 5 elements will be having its own index number inside the compiler memory. That is what starts with always positive index by default, 0 1 2 3 4, 0 1 2 3 4. Now you are able to understand the way how you can make use length function to calculate total number of elements or data items or values which are available within the list variable, okay. So now we are moving another function, that is list. Okay, there is a function itself, list, within the Python programming, list function creates an empty list if no argument is passed. So this default built-in function, list function, which will be created an empty list if no argument is passed. If you won't pass it as any argument, and which will be created an empty list. It will be created an empty list. Another way, which creates a list if a sequence is passed as an argument. This list function will create a list if a sequence is passed as an argument. Without argument, an empty list will be created. If you pass any sequence, why we call it as sequence? List is nothing but ordered collection of data items, a sequence. Okay, that is why which we call it as here. A sequence can be passed as an argument to list built-in function. Now let's take an example, an empty list, how it is created. Okay, so there are two kinds of way which takes place. One is to create an empty list, list1 equal to list function, built-in function, which we use. Now in this time, when you execute this list variable, you will see only empty square brackets displaying, which means it doesn't contain that list variable any data. It means it doesn't contain any data, the list variable which we define here, Same way, when you pass that particular list variable sequence as an argument, then you will see, in that case, let's take an example, another one. First we are defining string variable, that is vowels A, E, I, O, U. The string variable which we assign the data called A, E, I, O, U. And now let's see list variable which we created, and now list function, built-in function, argument which we passed here for list function, the argument is here string variable which we defined, now this string variable which contains set of characters, okay, that is vowels in alphabets A, E, I, O, U. Now we treat it as a string value. That value will be converted to individual characters, individual data items, this list function, and which will store into the list variable which we created. So that's what this function works. Let's see the output here, how it takes place once you execute this list variable. Now this is what the output which you will get. The string data is converted to a list type data. The string variable which we passed as an argument to the list function, that is converted to list data items. This is the string value, and this string value means always we should enclose it with a single quote or double quote, and each character is separated by comma within the list. List is always enclosed with square brackets. The data items inside the square bracket is separated by comma. Now we come to know another function, a list built-in function, how we can make use in Python programming. Okay, there are two different ways which you can make use. Here we passed as an argument string variable. We can pass it as an argument integer variable. You can pass it floating value, or you can pass it as a tuple or a list. Okay, so this is how which we did it here, the way how we can make use list built-in function. Now we are moving another one, that is append. Another method or built-in function related to list concept in Python programming. Append. What happens this particular append function? Appends a single element passed as an argument at the end of the list, which appends a single element passed as an argument at the end of the list. At the end of the list. Okay, whatever argument, the value, data item, single value when you pass it as, which will be appended at the end of the existing list. That is one case. A list can also be appended as an element to an existing list. So second type is, a list can also be appended as an element to an existing list, which means so you can pass it more than one data item or value. You can pass it more than one data item or value or set of values as a list. List itself can be passed to the append function as an argument, then which will be added end of the existing list. Okay, let's take an examples how we can make use this list1 variable, okay, which we define and which we assign the data, 4 elements, that is 10, 20, 30, 40. Now we are going to apply the append function for this list variable. The way how we can use list variable name dot append of, within the open parenthesis you specify the value 50. Okay, list1 dot append of 50, which means data item 50 which we are passing as an argument here, single data item or value or an element, okay, which we are passing as an argument to the append function. That append function which we are applying for list1 variable. Now after this statement, when you execute list1 variable for existing data, end of that data will be added the data item which we passed as an argument. Now see the output 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, so the variable which we defined list1 equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. Now after the append function which we applied to the list variable, and now when you execute, then you will see the output, the added element. Second type is list as argument to the append function. How we can do? List1 equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, same as usual earlier example which we took. Now which we apply here, list1 dot append of, okay, list1 dot append of 50 comma 60. See, within the append function open parenthesis which we use as an argument in the form of list. So we know that list data items or values always which are enclosed with square brackets. Clearly you can observe that append function within the open parenthesis, so which we specified the list, okay, type of data. Now once you execute, now in this case list1, okay, and now which will be added the argument list with for existing list data, which will be appended end of that existing list variable data items. Now see the way how it is added, 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40, and list, inner list which creates when you pass it as a list as an argument to the append function, which creates inner list, which means the output of that after the append function as an argument list as an argument, then we'll get the nested list, then we'll get the output as nested list. So that is how append built-in function which works. Append built-in function which works in Python programming. Two different ways which you can make use. Now we are moving another function, that is extend. Another function, built-in function, extend. What does that mean, extend function, built-in function related to list concept in Python programming? Appends each element of the list passed as an argument at the end of the given list. At the given list, end of the given list. Same like append function, this extend also works, which you can see appends each element of the list passed as an argument at the end of the list, end of the given list. See, when you pass list as an argument for append function, which was created nested list, when you make use extend and if you pass it that list variable as an argument, and which will be added in the form of individual data items. Let's see here the way how it takes place, this particular extend function. List variable as an argument. Now see, in this case the way how it takes place, let's take an example. List 1, which we have data items 10, 20, 30. List 2, we have data items 40, 50. Now list 2, which you want to pass it as an argument to the extend function. Okay, then how we can do that? Execution of the statement, list 1 dot extend of list 2. List 1 dot extend of list 2. Extend function, open parenthesis, we are passing list variable. Now when you execute list 1, now you will see the extended, okay, extended list. That list 2 data items are added end of the existing list 1 variable. Okay, so that is how extend built-in function which we make use. Extend built-in function which you can make use. Okay, next another function which we use, that is we are moving on, insert. Inserts an element at a particular index in the list. So insert built-in function which helps us to insert an element at specified index given in the list. Specified index specified for the given list. Yes, we are able to insert new element for existing list data items. Let's take an example the way how we can do this. So list 1 equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, which we created list variable list 1 and we assign the data. Now which you want to make use the insert function, built-in function, list 1 dot insert of 2, 25. Okay, there are two arguments which takes place. List 1 dot insert of 2, 25, which means 2 is the index number and 25 is the data item. So 2 is the index number and 25 is the data element. So how it is going to take place, this statement, when you execute? When you look at that list 1 variable data items 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So now we know the its own index numbers always which takes place by default positive index, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we are going to add index number to 25. Okay, 0, 1, 2. So what happens here? 2 index number is having 30. That 30 will be placed into 25 and 30 will be moved to the next index number. That 30 existing second index data item 30 which is available in existing list will be moved to the index number further. That is what next index 3 which will move on. So let's take an here, after applying the insert function, when you execute the list 1 variable, you can see the output 0, 1, 2 position, whichever we said index number 2, 25 is added, and earlier it was in that particular position 30, that is moved to index number 3. Index number 3, 30, 40, 50. That is what output which you can see clearly. Yes. Suppose if you want to insert data item at first position, that is 0 index itself, which you want to insert. Yes, you can insert that list 1 dot insert of 0 comma 100, which means 0 is the index number and data item is 100. Now after this statement, again after this statement, when we execute list 1 variable, now we'll see 0 index number 100. Earlier it was 10. The 10 moved now to index number 1. Okay, so that is what output which you will get as an output. So this is the way which you can make use built-in function insert related to the list concept in Python programming. Related to the list concept in Python programming. Okay, insert function. Now we are moving on another built-in function, that is count. Another built-in function, count. So what exactly it works, this count function? Returns the number of items in a given number of times a given element appears in the list. This count function which returns the number of times a given element appears in the list. So in a list you will be having data items. Any data item which is repeated, okay, which is repeated n number of times, then if you want to calculate how many number of times that particular data item is available within the list variable, then you can make use built-in function count, and which will give you the total number of times which is available in the list variable. Let's take an example, list 1. Let's take an example of list 1 equal to 10, 20, 30, 10, 40, 10. Okay, so now in this assigned data list variable data items, when you look at manually, you can see 10 is placed with 3 times, 0 position, 3 position, 3 index number and 5 index number. So total number of times 10 is available 3 times. Then how we want to know that? By using built-in function list1 dot count of 10. List1 dot count of 10, then which will give you the total number of times the data which is available in list variable, 3 times. Okay, same manner we just make another example, list1 dot count of 90. 90 is the data item which we are checking with this list1 variable which we created, how many number of times this 90 data item or value which is available. It means output is 0, because in our list which we created here, which doesn't exist 90 data element or value. Okay, so that is what count function works, built-in function. Count, built-in function which works. You can see clearly. So total number of times which is repeated one particular data item or value, to check with that we use built-in function count related to list concept in Python programming. Now we are moving another function, built-in function, that is index. Another predefined function, index. Okay, so index, what does it mean, this built-in function working functionality? Returns index of the first occurrence of the element in the list, which returns index of the first occurrence of the element in the list. If the element is not present, value error is generated. Which returns index of the first occurrence of the element in the list. If the element is not present in the list, then you will get value error is generated. Let's take an example. This index, how it works. List 1 equal to 10, 20, 30, 20, 40, 10, which we created list variable. Now which we check here, list 1 dot index of 20. Okay, so for index which we are passing data item as an argument. For index built-in function which we are passing data item and we want to get back that particular data item or value, what is the index number assigned? What is the index number which is assigned inside the memory that we want to extract by using built-in function index? So now in our list 20, there are two times which is repeated 20 data item, but if it is more than one time which appears within your list variable data item, first occurrence of that data item index number will be extracted. First occurrence of that item index number will be extracted. So 20 data item is available within the list variable, one index number as well as three index number. But when you apply the concept, then it will be extracted first occurrence, first time which index number is allocated, that one will be extracted. Now, so one will be the output for here. Same way, list one dot index of 90 data item, index number which you want to get back from the list variable. Now that 90 data item which is not available in the list variable, now we will get here value error, 90 is not in list. Okay, so that is how index built-in function which helps us to extract index number of particular data item, index number of particular data item. Okay, so now we are moving on another function, that is built-in function remove, which removes the given element from the list. Functionality of remove function which removes the given element from the list. If the element is present multiple times, only the first occurrence is removed. If the element is not present, then value error is generated. Okay, so remove function functionality is to remove element from existing list variable data item. Suppose that particular data item is available multiple occurrences, then only first occurrence of that data item is removed from the list. If it is not available, then we will get value error. Let's take an example. List 1 which we assign the data. Now when we are trying to do that, list 1 dot remove of 30. Okay, this 30 data item is available in two times, that is index number 2 and then index number 5. When you look at, so two times the 30 data item is available, but first occurrence, second position 30 element will be removed. So after execution of this statement, when you print the list 1 variable, now we'll see the output 10, 20, 40, 50, 30, which means after 20, 30 will be removed. First occurrence of that 30 data item will be removed from the list variable. Now same way, list 1 dot remove of 90. Okay, so this 90 data item which does not exist in the list 1 variable, now you will get output as value error, list dot remove of x not in the list. Okay, so which is not available data item in the list. When you are trying to remove that data item from the list, then you will get the value error, so that is how remove function which works. Remove built-in function related to list concept in Python programming works. Okay, now we are moving another function, that is pop, another built-in function pop, which returns the element whose index is passed as an argument to this function and also removes it from the list. If no argument is given, then it returns and removes the last element of the list. Okay, so pop function, built-in function which returns the element whose index is passed as an argument to this function. So you will be passing this built-in function as an argument index value, index number. So according to that, data item will be removed. Okay, if no index number is passed this particular built-in function, by default which will be removed last element of the given list variable. Okay, now let's take an example for this. pop functionality, how it works. List one variable equal to data which we assign 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and when we apply the list one dot pop of 3, 3 means here index number. Index number 3, when you look at 0 is 10, 1 is 20, 2 is 30, 3 is 40. Okay, that 40 data item will be removed, will be popped out from the existing list. After the statement execution, when you print the list variable 1, then data you can see 40 data item is popped out. 40 data item is popped out. Same manner, without passing an argument to pop function, built-in function, let's take same example 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Now apply the function list1 dot pop. So which will remove the end of the list data item. Last data item of the given list will be removed. That is 60 is the data item in our list variable, last data item or value which is available. That one will be removed. When you execute, then you will see the output. Okay. So pop function which works two different ways. Either you can pass it as an argument index number. According to that index number data item will be popped out, or else if you want to pop out last data item of your list variable, so without passing an argument, when you apply the pop built-in function for your list variable, then last data item will be removed from the list. Okay, now we are moving on another functionality, built-in function, reverse built-in function, which reverses the order of elements in the given list. Whatever list which you pass, and if you apply this particular reverse function, which will be made it in a reverse order from the existing order. Okay, let's take an example. Integer numbers which we specified here, list 1 equal to 34, 66, 12, 89, 28, 99. When you apply the reverse order, from right to left will take place, swapping. Okay, then that means 20, 99, 28, 89, 12, 66, 34 should be the answer. Let's see the example. List 1 dot reverse function. When you apply, then when you execute list 1 variable, let's see the output which is displayed in reverse order. That is what the purpose of reverse built-in function related to list concept in Python programming. Now same manner which you can apply string values. List which contains string values. List 1 equal to, so string values which we specified. For this, when you apply tiger, zebra, lion, cat, elephant, dog, then which you want to have reverse order, that is dog, elephant, cat, lion, zebra, tiger, then you just apply that variable followed by list1 dot reverse function. Okay, the statement which you execute, this particular statement, then you print the list1 variable data, then you will see reverse order of that data items. So that is how reverse built-in function which works. Okay, same manner, sorts the element of the given list in place. Okay, sort. So we sort the data in ascending order. By default is ascending order. Okay, let's take an example. List 1 equal to same string, the names of the animals which we took. When you want to start out this is the alphabet. Based on the alphabets which will be sorted out this particular list variable data. When you apply sort function, list1 dot sort, when you print this, then cat, dog, elephant, lion, tiger, zebra. So among these animal names, C is the among this list C is the first alphabet. C followed by D. D followed by E. E followed by L. L followed by T and T followed by Z. That is what alphabets ascending order which takes place sorting the data. Same manner when you take it as integer numbers. Okay, numbers, integer numbers, yes, which will sort. Suppose if you want to have descending order the data, then you can apply list 1 dot sort of reverse equal to true. Reverse equal to true. Then reverse order the data items which you specified in descending order, which will be printed, which you can see. So descending order, when you apply the argument of sort function reverse equal to true, okay, 99, 89, 66, 34, 28, 12, descending order, which you will get as an output. Sort function to sort out the data by default, which will sort ascending order without passing an argument. When you pass an argument reverse equal to true, then you will see the descending order of displaying the data. Okay, now sorted, there is another function sorted. It takes a list as a parameter and creates a new list consisting of the same elements but arranged in ascending order. Ascending order, sorted function. It takes a list as a parameter and creates new list consisting of the same elements but arranged in ascending order. Let's take an example. List 1 equal to data which we have. List 2 equal to sorted of list 1. Okay. This list 1 sorted data will be assigned to list 2 variable. List 2 variable. So list 1 is having the data, and that data which is sorted in ascending order and which will be assigned to another list variable. Another list variable. Okay. So sorted means which will be created new list. Sorted data. Okay. Now same manner we are moving another built-in function, that is min. Min is nothing but returns minimum or smallest element from the list, from the given list. If you want to print the minimum value from the given list, yes, which you can make use min function. Let's take an example. List 1 equal to integer numbers. Then you can apply the min of list 1, then you will get the data. Okay, minimum number, minimum data item from the given list of data items you want to extract, then you can use min function. Suppose if you want to extract the maximum data item or value from the given list, okay, then you can use the max built-in function. Largest number or biggest value or data item from the list. If you want to access max of list 1, when you execute statement, then you will get the maximum value of from the given list data items. Suppose if you want to add the data items, if you want to calculate sum of the given list data items, then you can use the built-in sum function. Built-in sum function, then which will calculate all the data items sum value in the list. Okay, sum of list 1, all the given list data items will be calculated and total value will be displayed. Okay, same manner, suppose if you want to clear the list variable, then you have the built-in function clear. If you want to clear the data from our list variable, then you can use the built-in function clear. The clear method only empties the given list. Okay, let's take an example. L1 equal to the data which we specified. When you apply the L1 dot clear, then complete data will be removed. When you print that, you will not see any data after applying the clear built-in function with our list variable. Now these are the major built-in functions which we use related to list concept in Python programming. So theoretically we come to know the way how we can make use all built-in functions related to list concept in Python programming. Practically we will see next class the way how we can execute, how we can work with Python editor to practice it.